Star Wars 7x7, episode 2558. All right, so we just got some new information about Star Wars Visions, the anime series that is coming to Disney Plus. It was first announced in December, and now, like I said, we know a lot more. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So there was a virtual conference that happened over the weekend, and during that conference, it was an anime-focused conference, the fine folks at Lucasfilm had a panel there to introduce Star Wars Visions, and there's a 3-minute video that dropped with interviews from the creators of these various anime studios that are working on this project and so forth, and I'll link to that in the show notes and in the blog post for the show's episode at sw7x7.com. There is a bit of a difference in what we learned at Saturday's panel versus what was initially announced back in December at the Disney Investor Day. It was supposed to be 10 animated shorts that would be part of this project from quote-unquote several of the anime studios, and what the announcement was on Saturday, it's 9 animated shorts, and it's coming from 7 different studios, not several, but 7 specifically, so 2 studios are doing 2 of them. There's also another tidbit of information that came out that, was a clarification, if you will. It wasn't something that was stated one way or the other at the original Disney Investor Day announcement, but it seems to add some clarity. This is how IGN put it in their write-up. Lucasfilm made the decision to allow these creators to tell stories that didn't have to fit in the official Star Wars timeline, even if they wanted to use established characters. That, of course, means that we're going to be debating whether these are canon stories or not. But, I mean, I guess it sort of falls within then the sort of, Lego stories, which are not officially part of the Star Wars timeline, but they, go through a certain kind of review process to make sure that they're still in line with what Star Wars storytelling should be. And so you would imagine the Visions thing would probably go through a similar kind of process, but yeah, it's, not necessarily canon per se, but I don't know. It seems like one of those things where, depending on what the storytelling elements are, you might as well consider it that way. And there's a great write-up, a nice thorough write-up from a website, anitrends.net, an anime-focused website, and I'll link to that in the show notes for this episode and at the blog post for sw7x7.com too. But basically the titles are The Duel, which takes some inspiration from Jinbo and Seven Samurai, Lop and Ochō, which takes inspiration from the Japanese concept wabi-sabi, which is about accepting beauty and its imperfections through transience. Then there's going to be a rock opera-inspired short called Tatooine Rhapsody, which will feature Boba Fett and Jabba the Hutt, among others apparently. Then there's The Village Bride, and that features a fallen Jedi observing the wedding night of a young bride who vows to save her people. Then there's Akakiri, which will be about a Jedi Knight and their princely charge. Also TOB1, which is about a droid who dreams of becoming a Jedi. Then you have The Twins, which will be about a pair of twins, surprise, and their descent into the dark side. And The Elder, which is about a Jedi Master and his Padawan, and it's about the passing of the baton to the next generation of Jedi. Again, this is from the write-up on anitrends.net. And last but not least, a story called The Ninth Jedi, which features a dual story about the daughter of a legendary lightsaber smith tasked to deliver her father's works to a client, and 8 legendary warriors who do not trust each other. So that's the rundown of what we know about the 9 animated shorts that are coming to Disney Plus, and we know when they're arriving. They're not being released one by one. They're going to all drop at once on September 22nd. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to finish up the Bad Batch in mid-August. Let's do the math on that. July 31st, so August 7th, August 14th. And then we're going to have to wait a month. August 14th will be the finale of the Bad Batch. And then we're going to have to wait about a month, and then we will get to see all the Star Wars Visions episodes all at once on Disney+. Then there you go. That's what we know that's new about Star Wars Visions coming in a couple short months. And do check out sw7x7.com if you haven't seen the video yet, or you want to check out the longer description of the animated shorts that come from that particular website. And you can also check it in the show notes in the podcast app of your choice as well. And that's going to do it for this episode. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it, as always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.